And she told me, it's like, you know, you draw like all the time. Why don't you just, you know, ditch your deviant art and just start putting your art up on Instagram, because that will probably get you more blah, blah, blah anyway. And I'm like, oh, that's a great idea.
I think we're live. You clicked the live.
We are.
Oh, you're supposed to warn me. I could have been cussing up a storm. Holy shit.
Okay. Everybody knows that we all have a little bit of potty mouths if they've been on live events at all with us.
Yeah, I've got a pretty funny story. I won't tell it on YouTube because it's not going to be funny to most people, but yeah, I cuss too.
Yeah, I think we all do it. And anybody who's been at a live on any of our channels probably.
It doesn't take long.
No, it usually doesn't. You should have seen me before I went live. I was cussing out my computer.
Yeah, because you're saying you're having those technical difficulties. Like, if I was in her shoes, I would just go back to my Air Force days and just speak in nothing but profanity.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was like, this is ridiculous. It should not take 20 minutes just for you to work. Come on.
You don't work.
Mega bite me, computer.
Okay, well, I'm gonna actually introduce ourselves now. Hi everyone. Yeah. My name is Nichole Wolf. Welcome to my channel. With me today is Caro Brown and Amy Nobody. Girls, I'm gonna have you introduce yourself and what you write and why you're here. And I think I'm just gonna start in alphabetical order. So Amy, you're first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Amy Nobody. I don't have any social media or anything like that because I don't use it. I am, much to the dismay of my peers, you can see Caro cracking up over there. I am here working on the first rough draft of my first fiction book. I'm calling it fantasy, but as I'm learning the technical terms of the genres, I'm pretty sure it's urban fantasy. I'm just going to call it fantasy to be safe. And so far, I'm really on track for meeting my finish it by the end of April, Camp Nano April 2019 goal. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've been keeping pace, and I think I'm going to meet that. So that's me.
Okay. Caro?
My name is Caro Brown. I am an author with 8 Little Pages Publishing. I'm also a writer for Otherworld Comics. I don't know what sleep is anymore right now because my book is coming out this month, and actually today what I'm focusing on is getting my goal board for the quarter finished, so that way I can start staying on top of things. Because releasing a book is hard.
That's just your goals in the background?
Yeah, I'm not done yet. Hopefully by the time we finish today's thing, this will all be decorated for the second quarter. So this basically covers April 6th all the way up to June 29th. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I don't fuck around here.
Not organized. I was not organized.
Yeah. So anyway, that's me. I don't know.
No, I definitely need to hang out with you more often. Pick up some organization skills.
I actually used to be a project manager when I was in the military. So if you thought I had to stay on top of my shit, try staying on top of a squadron and a commander and 3 first. It's like, oh.
My best friend's husband.
Wow. Well, then this probably you.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're going to kick ass at that goal board is what I'm hearing. Kick ass, take names.
Okay, guys, and you know who I am. My name is Nichole Wolf. I am a paranormal romance author, and I have 2 books on Amazon and another book up on pre-order. You can find all the links for those on my website at NicholeWolf.com. Oh, and I know Caro said she's working on her mad organized board, and Amy is working on the first draft, I believe, of her first fiction novel.
Yeah.
And I'll be working on the first draft of my 3rd novel in my White Moon Warrior series. So that is what we'll all be working on today. Make sure, those of you that are in the chat, that you let us know what you're working on today.
Because I'm a nosy fuck and I need to know.
Well, yeah, because we're all nosy. I mean, what else do we have to do?
I can see the comments. Chris Hester is present. He said he won't be able to stay long, but wish us happy writing.
Chris is my friend.
Oh, Chris is the he, right?
And
I kind of just assumed that. My bad if I'm wrong. And Skye agrees with me that calling it fantasy is okay until I know better.
Until you know for sure, yeah. Pretty much. I know with mine, I kept tossing
until you're certain.
I still am not sure. I mean, I call it paranormal romance, but I'm like, I know paranormal romance and urban fantasy kind of hug the same line. It depends on what's more prevalent in the story, as far as I could tell. Is it more focused on romance, or is it more focused on the plot line of the story? And I have honestly, I don't know.
Well, you're absolutely right, because when we're talking about paranormal romance, we're talking about two kind of dominant plots that are going on. Obviously, paranormal romance has to do with the romance, but it's kind of set in a fantasy setting. So you're right about that. If you hear somebody just say it's urban fantasy, you're looking at things like that written by Jim Butcher. So the Harry Dresden series, for example, is a really good example of urban fantasy. It follows this wizard who's in the yellow pages, and as he gets hired to go do stuff, and there's fairies and all this other stuff happening. But there's a bunch of others. Who is it? Ilona Andrews. It's a husband and wife duo. They do a lot of paranormal romance, and that stuff's actually really good. I like their work.
I'll have to check them out.
They're really good. I will find you a linky, because that's how I am.
Okay. Well, look at that. You are just so resourceful.
As I was trying to figure it out, the nearest that I could get was that paranormal romance is a romance story between fantasy elements, like, beasts or whatever, like the people themselves or whatever. And then urban fantasy could be happening right next door. Like, if fairies were real and all that jazz, it could be happening right next door. That's the best understanding I could get away from it. But like you guys both just said, paranormal romance is a romance story where other things happen also. So
yeah, that's kind of where I was pulling it from. It kind of just depends on how much of the story focuses on the romance compared to everything else, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I threw it in paranormal romance because I know I feel like romance readers are a little more forgiving than if I would have listed it as urban fantasy and people picked it up and it had too much romance in it, they would be
that is
quicker to call it out than a romance reader would call out it being not romancy enough, I guess.
Yeah, I see that a lot on Goodreads. So I hate to say I'm actually one of those people, because I read one book. I'm not gonna say the title because I don't want that fan base to crucify me. But I read one book, and it was just listed as urban fantasy. And for, I want to say, probably the first 4 pages, it definitely was. But as soon as the romance element came into the book, it just transformed the entire thing, to the point where the male figure was kind of like, I need you to sit here while I go handle all the important shit. And she was just like, okay, I'll just sit here. And I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, not a fan of those situations.
Yeah. This was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I was coming here looking for a female badass, and I got a Mary Sue sitting here sipping some freaking tea. Like, what? Where's he going?
You were like, I saw false advertising.
Yes.
Oh, Alina's here. Hi, Alina.
Alina's here.
Alina. And Skye says her books keep flip-flopping between urban fantasy and paranormal romance. Is that because you can't figure it out either, or is it just because your romance kind of ebbs and flows with your books? Book 1 series. Oh, her first book is paranormal romance, and her second book is urban fantasy with hardly any romance. And her third book is paranormal romance again. Are these books all in the same series?
I'm pretty sure they are. I think I know which ones she's talking about. I think it's the ones she's working on, the Damned and Deadly ones.
Oh, okay. how would you market that? Because they're all I didn't even turn mine on.
That's my hateful app. Sorry.
Yeah, I have hateful app. I just haven't turned it on yet today.
Well, the app is here now. Hello, app.
Hello,
yes, app is here.
Alina had a little bit of commentary. She says the baseline comparison she thinks is, does it have a happy ending? Paranormal romance. Is the romantic underplot a little less important and not necessarily a happy ending? Urban fantasy.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. And she would say a paranormal romance series
really
in Skye situation.
Then with that definition, my books definitely fall under paranormal romance.
Okay.
So thank you, Alina. You've answered my question of the day.
I know, she's so knowledgeable.
She is.
She was joking with me yesterday about my lack of social media also. I don't know. I can't remember if you were in the comments. I'm sorry, but she had a little bit of commentary also. You know, you might want to set it up. She's reminded me of that a couple times.
Oh,
every time I'm like, I know you're right. I know. No, I know she's right, and she's given plenty of really good recommendations that I intend to follow. Okay, I hear the app.
Whose thing is yelling at us? I don't know if it's ours or yours or who's ever.
Mike's muted.
Our apps are telling us that we better get to work because we've been my computer was being for the first 20 minutes, and now we've just been bullshitting for the next 10-15 minutes. So, how about we get this first write-in started?
I'm ready.
All right, I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, and write.
Stop it.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. I think mine's like 15 seconds behind. Oh well.
I am trying to figure out my life. It's not working.
Okay. I did not do too great that time, but I don't know. I haven't written in a few days because I've been feeling like crap. And I'm still feeling like crap. I don't know.
Are you sick? Or were you sick?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what it was. It's some kind of like stomach flu or stomach bug, something. It just
no.
makes me, all I want to do is lay around and my stomach, I'm in like a constant state of nausea and lightheadedness. It's weird.
Are you pregnant?
I better not be. Because I have that, what is it? The thing that goes in your arm, birth control.
Oh, yeah, the implant.
Yeah, and that's good until August.
Yeah.
September, August. So I'm like, if it stopped working already, I'm going to be really mad. It's good until August.
Oh, man. See, my computer just told me that your live stream is in 10 minutes. And I was like, that's why I was late, because I thought it started at 9 my time. I didn't get the memo, I guess. No, I had a friend in high school who had the implant. I can't remember what it's called. And it was
used to be called Implanon, and now they changed the name to Nexplanon. Why? I have no idea.
Oh, right on. So she was in weight training, and so she had these incredibly muscular arms. It was so cool. And every time she would flex, you would see these little barbs. And I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what is in your arm? You know, thinking that it was some kind of like tracking device or something.
You're like, aliens have abducted you.
I know. Oh, it was insane. And then she explained what it was, and I was like, you know what? That's really cool, because you don't have to go in every 3 months to get a shot in your ass. You don't have to worry about taking a pill every single day at the same time. You know, I was like, that's very convenient.
Well, honestly, I ended up with the implant because pills don't work for me, which is how I ended up with my first child. Because I can't remember to take them.
Right.
And then I switched over to the shot after I had my first one, and I got really bad side effects from the shot. So after I went back, they were pretty much like, you're down to either the thing that gets inserted in your vagina or the thing that gets inserted in your arm. And I was like, well, I guess if I have to choose, I'd rather it go in my arms. That's what we did.
You're like, well, let's see. No, my sister-in-law, she had the IUD put in, and it actually perforated through the top of her uterus, which because it's plastic, I was like, wow, how the hell did they pull that one off?
Yeah, well, see, and I had heard a lot of other bad stories about those IUDs, and on top of that, I used to be very prone to urinary tract infections, and I was afraid that getting that put in would make it worse. Like, it was bad enough that I can't use tampons.
I have that.
I was like, I really don't want anything down there. What was that?
I said I actually have that. I haven't had any issues with it. So
yeah.
You only hear about when shit goes wrong. You never hear about when it goes right.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I wasn't saying that it was automatically going to go wrong. I was just afraid because I had been prone to urinary tract infections before, and my doctor had told me not to use tampons for that reason.
Yeah.
That pretty much that meant I shouldn't have anything permanently down there that doesn't belong down there. So I was like, I'm just going to go with the arm thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, out of my three out of my three sisters, only one of them has had, and even after it happened, she went ahead and got another one because she's the same way. She doesn't want to have to remember every day to take something or to get a shot in her butt. She's like, 5 years? Yeah.
Exactly. We're like, years worth? Oh, okay. I'm not used to this app yet, so I guess it's time to get back to work.
It's all cut it out, stop talking and start working.
Stop wasting time and work.
Right.
All right. And honestly, we've been behind, so might as well get back to work.
Okay, so when does your live stream start? At 8 or 8:30?
It was supposed to start at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
However, my computer was being a dick, and I didn't actually get it up until like 11:20.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure if you're 2 or 3 hours behind us.
Okay. All right. I'll get that. So I'll figure it out. And while we're doing our thing, I'll get it figured out.
Okay.
Fixed up. Okay.
All right, I'll count us down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and rate.
Mommy.
Sorry.
It happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just realized that we didn't actually go over how everyone did last time. Oops.
Well, I personally screwed up I'm trying to set up a live, I'm trying to do my April live stream schedule.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I was doing the description, and then I noticed that it said, you were live 8 minutes ago. And I was like,
I was.
I know. I'm like, I thought I was still live. What the hell's going on here? This is what happens when you wake up and you don't have your coffee yet. Okay.
I haven't been drinking coffee in a few days because when you're feeling sick, because it's making me more nauseous.
Uh-huh.
So that's probably another reason why I'm feeling so. Can I just go back to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that has something to do with it.
I've actually been a little wired all week because I'm still drinking caffeine in the morning, and I have caffeine sensitivity, but now the sun comes up early enough that I don't need it. And so I got all that caffeine, and I've just been very productive this week. But at the end of the day, I'm like out at 7:30. I'm like, shut up and leave me alone. I'm going to bed. Like I'm cranky for the day.
I wish I miss feeling like I had energy. I feel like it's been a while, but it's only been since Wednesday. But I'm just like, it's been forever.
I'm still
feeling tired.
I'm coughing a lot, which means I have a headache all the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing that's been going on. It's been like, I feel tired all the time, and then I'm nauseous, and I have a headache, and I'm lightheaded. And it's a whole bunch of crap that I just don't want to deal with. I'm like, can you please just go away so I can get back to my normal life?
Yeah. That's what Mini Monster, she's been sick for, I want to say like 3 weeks now. She's been having a lot of like sinus issues. And they ended up putting her on a steroid to help get rid of the cough and all that other good stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that happened to me. I found out I have winter allergies in January, which I thought I just had a really, really, really bad cold. But apparently it was allergies. And I was like, well, that explains why none of the cold medicine was working.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Stephen. We've been here for a while and we're still struggling to get our stuff together.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah, I've been here the whole time. I think I might have just cracked 200 words maybe out of this whole session. Yeah. And I've been here the whole time. So
I managed to get
10 words. 10 words is great if you just got here.
I managed to get 302, and I finished the scene. And then I moved on to the next scene, and I got 42. So 344 total. And I finished the scene.
Yeah.
One scene closer.
I'm like, she's on a roll. She makes us West Coast ladies look like slackers.
She makes us East Coast ladies look like slackers too.
I appreciate the positive perception. Thank you.
I know. Well, I'm like, I keep telling myself, like, especially with Alina, when she gets like 600, I'm like, okay, she's been up for 12 hours already. Whereas I'm like, what planet am I on?
Yeah, exactly. That's how I'm feeling today. Right now, I'm just like,
really trying to
every single word I'm writing right now is complete crap. But at least I'm writing, I guess. It counts.
Yep.
Okay, 232 crappy words, but that's woo! I know Kara wasn't writing. She's how many? I guess she's doing like little post-it things on her board.
I think she's outlining.
Yeah, she's like, this is what I'm doing.
Okay, so Skye.
The more the board is how my progress.
I could definitely see that you've made progress.
So Skye says she's finished reading notes for the past 3 projects and ready to plan the next series.
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Oh wow!
For book. Okay. So okay, Skye. So I'm like I said, my brain cells aren't quite firing. Are you planning a whole new series or okay, taking a break from book 3?
You know, I'm not sure how I feel about this app right now.
That is insane. Okay, so you're planning a whole new series right now. So you're finished with Damned and Dangerous series. You finished all that.
I think maybe she needed to take a break, but I don't know if she's done writing it.
She said in the comments she decided she needed to take a break from it for a little while. So I think she's trying to completely clear her mind and focus on something completely unrelated.
Okay.
Actually, that kind of makes me like, maybe I should, that's something I should consider, is actually outlining my whole series before I start writing it. Because I didn't do that. I should, but I didn't.
I didn't outline book 2. So I knew during book 1 what I wanted to happen in book 2, and I knew where and what direction it needed to go to, but I didn't actually sit down and make an outline until I was almost done with book 1, because like in my mind, book 2 kept changing. It was still so undetermined as to what was going to happen that it didn't make sense. So I took notes on what like my brain was saying was going to happen and what logically made sense should happen. But I didn't actually sit down until book 1 was defined and ingrained in stone, if you will. But that's just me. I mean, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if maybe if I did that, maybe it would be easier to write the book if the whole thing was outlined, because then I might not be worrying about, you know, am I going to contradict myself in 2 books? Probably.
Right. And that's why like that's why I started taking notes for book 2, but I didn't have like a defined outline, because like in my mind, once you start outlining, it's like, yeah, you can make changes, but you don't really want to make a whole lot of changes. But I do one of those ridiculously crazy, like, here's my skeleton, and then I throw some muscles on that skeleton, and then I throw some tendons, and then I throw some skin, and then I throw the eye color in, and then oh shit, I didn't want blue eyes, I wanted orange eyes, and you know what I mean? So
yeah.
For me, when I outline something, it just feels like once it's on paper and the outline is there, it needs to stay that way. So that's why I took notes. I took very detailed notes on what was happening in book 2 while I was doing book 1.
That makes sense.
Because it does.
Be quiet.
Because oh my God, for punishment.
Skye says that the new series she's going to work on is paranormal romance following different couples in the same world.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
That's actually what what mine is. So that makes sense that she's categorizing that as paranormal romance, because that kind of is how mine is. It's different couples in the same world that all kind of make cameos in each other's books. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I always love that, because you always see like a character and you're like, man, I want to learn about that character, and then you find out that they have a book and you're like, ah!
Yeah, exactly. You're just, I wanted to know their story.
I'm sorry, how did that go? No.
You're right. Hey, can you show us that one more time?
Oh man. I think that's like that's the official definition of fangirling, right? No.
Yes, exactly. That is the face of a true fangirl.
I always tell people I am 30 years old. I do not fangirl, I fan woman.
That's right. That's right. You know, this is going to sound terrible. So I loved Janet Ivanovich. I don't know if you've heard of her. She wrote the Stephanie Plum series, and it was like a mystery comedy type of series, and it was really great, and I loved her. And when I was living in Washington State, she came to Portland, Oregon, and I drove like 4 hours, set up a babysitter, which was my mom, and my sister and I went to the Barnes and Noble, and it was like there was a line and everybody was all excited, and I got there. I'm not even kidding you. I got there. There she was sitting at her table. And I was like, hey, like all that excitement, all that buildup, all that everything. I get there and I'm like, you're just a human. Where's your like angelic wings and your throne? And I was like, what the hell? And after that, yeah, it was so crazy. And after that, it was just kind of like, I have people that I admire, but I just no longer am like, oh, they're just regular people like me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my, so yeah, I don't understand the whole, I mean, I think it's great when I see people get like wicked crazy excited about their favorite, actor or whatever. I'm like, that's really awesome. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it, I'm like, it's not a bad thing. It's just one of those things. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah. You're talented. But
I know, like,
enthusiastic and geek out about a lot of stuff.
Meet some of my favorite creators, the couple that made ElfQuest,
Mm-hmm.
and I found out that they were going to the Comic-Con that I was going to, and I've been reading this comic for over 20 years.
Right.
So I was just like, I had to go see them, and my husband still makes fun of me because I got to their booth and I was like, I really like your comic, and then I ran off.
Yep.
He's like, you've been reading this for like years. You practically worship it, and that's all you're gonna say. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go now.
Well, and maybe that's what it was like, once I got up there, I handed her my book. She didn't say hi. She didn't ask me my name. She didn't, nothing. She signed her name and I grabbed my book and I walked away. And that's when it hit me. And I was like, what the hell was all this for?
Oh,
because I still have to drive 4 hours back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, yeah, that does sound like it would definitely be a letdown on the whole fangirling thing. I mean, you go through all that effort and time and energy, and
You
like
get
don't even
treated
get
as,
anything. Like you're not getting anything out of her. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, we're getting there.
Yeah. So I mean, I still love her books. She's a great author. I think, I don't even know, she might be done. I haven't seen a new one come out. And then after the movie came out, it was just kind of a flop, and I was like, yeah, they could have done it better. Yeah, yeah. It has the blonde-headed girl from Grey's Anatomy. Katherine Heigl. Yeah.
Oh.
She plays the lead female character, Stephanie Plum, and I think it was her. Maybe I was wrong. Shit. It's been so long, and the movie sucks so bad that I don't even. But I think
I don't even remember what they called the movie.
It's called One for the Money, because that's the name of the book. And,
okay.
Yeah. And I was really hoping that they would put, like, I don't know, Gerard Butler and any other sexy lady other than her in it, but they slaughtered it. It sucked.
Yeah, you're right. It was Katherine Heigl that played in it.
Yeah,
it was. Although even online, I think it got like 2.5 stars.
Yeah, it was like, why did you ruin? Yeah, it's like, why did you ruin a good book by making a shitty movie? You know?
Yeah, because the book on Amazon has 4.5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and on Rotten Tomatoes, the movie has 1 star.
Yeah. Well, and
reviews.
And even the grandma character in that book series is funny. Yeah. I mean, she's just funny. I mean, seriously, half the reason I read the book was because of the grandma. She gets a hold of a handgun and shoots a damn turkey. I was like, that sounds like my granny. Mm-hmm. But all right, anyway, maybe we got off track.
Yeah, we better go because it's getting very impatient with me.
Okay. Yep. Let's get
our last session in.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, and rate.
Sorry, I gotta take this one.
This is ridiculous. I forgot to start my timer. And now it hates me. Story of my life.
Okay, that's time.
Well, I personally finally got my description typed up for my first live stream of April.
There you go. You made progress.
Yeah, which is, you know, because I'm the glutton, I'm a glutton for punishment. I was the one who decided Monday was going to be my day. Stupid girl. No.
I got 340 words for the entire session today. Yeah.
That's good.
That's 340 more words.
But yeah, that's 340 more words than I would have gotten, because I guarantee you I would not be writing right now if it weren't for you girls.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you yeah, as long as you're accomplishing something, then it's time well spent.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that a win, considering I feel like crap.
Yeah. Now I gotta
we got 436. Oh, baby. Woo, he's flying. I feel like a lot of people have really good word count during these sprints. I don't know if maybe they've just been doing it longer.
I managed to get 147 with a phone call.
So,
yeah.
Well, I know, yeah, that the phone call obviously is going to interrupt some of your words that you would have gotten down otherwise.
I think that Steven is he said that he was a college student, so he might have kind of nice lecture this morning where he was like got a warm up taking notes and everything. No.
You know, that is an interesting concept. Take classes just so you can get your free writing.
That's right. That's
right. The other day, I know what day was it? I think it was earlier in the week. In fact, I don't even think I was on live. I think it was on Monday when I was on your chat in your live stream, Dana.
Yeah,
I actually did do pre-writing earlier that day where I wrote like a more detailed description of the scene that I was going to write that day, and I just that kind of helped speed my process along better during the actual drafting part of it when I was writing during the actual live stream.
Yeah.
So I do think that's something I should try and incorporate into my daily habit, is spending, you know, even if it's just 10 minutes in the morning sometime, just kind of writing down more details about the scene that I'm going to write that day.
Yeah.
I think that might actually help with my word count, help bring my word counts up.
Yeah, there's
I
an author named Nichole. She wrote a book about 2K to 10K, and she says that she was able to be really productive if she sat down and just kind of quickly jotted what she was going to talk about that day, because it got her brain in the mode. So if you do that, that might help you with your word count.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I stand corrected. Steven is on spring break. So he's resting and
Well, okay. Well then, well, I mean, if he's a college student, then he's kind of used to writing a lot of things.
Okay. Well, I tried to come up with an explanation as to why he's doing so awesome. Apparently, it's just because he's that awesome. Take the compliment, Steven. Just don't say anything. No.
Exactly.
No, he does. He usually gets really good.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. Like I said, I think I know there's Alina's one and Amy. Like some people just get higher word counts than others. They're just, I don't know. They're just more prolific than I am, I guess.
You know, you mentioned this before. I mean, not everybody writes like 1,000 words in a sitting. I mean, I wouldn't argue that, you know, your lower word count doesn't like help you. It's just, it's just, everybody just writes at a different pace. I would honestly say that your words are probably a lot better than mine, because just because I can crank out 500 words in 15 minutes doesn't actually mean that those are good 500 words. Like when I sent my manuscript to my editor for the first time, one of the first things she told me is like, you have to cut 10,000 words.
Oh, and, so you're an overwriter, and I'm not. I'm an underwriter.
But, you know, you stress about this. I think you're perfect. So stop stressing.
Stop it. Just stop it.
You know what I think? I think my fountain pen dried up. Now I'm pissed. No.
Oh, no.
My good day.
When my favorite pen stops working. That annoys me.
I know.
Because then you can never find the same pen again.
Well, no, so the head it comes off and you can, but it's showing that I still have ink in this thing, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe
we're all having technology problems today.
I know.
But yeah, Alina's computer froze earlier.
Yeah. The number one thing that I have learned throughout my many years on Earth is don't compare yourself to other people, because if you continuously compare yourself to other people, you'll never be good enough in your own mind. And Caro is correct.
My books aren't really that long. My books usually come in between 50 and 60K, and I'm an underwriter to begin with. So usually during my second and third drafts, that's kind of when I add more to it. Like I sketch out more description. Like I'm really bad with descriptions during my first draft. I'm so bad at description. So usually during my drafts, that's kind of when I have to go in and add more, like setting description and movements and things like that, so people kind of know what they're doing.
Okay,
because
the first time through, I still wouldn't stress it.
Yeah, like so for a little while, when I first found all the ladies on AuthorTube, I started guessing like about how I was writing, because I do a lot of, and it smelled like this, and I'm a very like smells and sounds and sights writer. And everybody kept talking about overwriting versus underwriting and what's too much and what's not enough. And so I started to second guess, you know, is it important, you know? And then I stopped second guessing it, because I was like, it's important to me. And once I put it out there and my editors started looking at it and beta readers started looking at it, if they told me that it was too much or it wasn't enough or whatever, then I would change it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just when you're the first time you sit down to write your story, just write your story.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's important. And if it takes you 2 years, you have little kids. I have teenagers and adult children, and it took me 2 years to get this thing written. I mean, granted, it's like freaking mammoth, but it took me 2 years, you know, and I don't have little ones, so you just have to give yourself some slack. My pen just hates me, is what I've come to the conclusion. I changed the ink thing, and it's still not working.
Everybody's having technology problems today.
Maybe I'm not holding it right. I don't know. Oh,
gosh. You try cleaning it with some rubbing alcohol.
Oh, like the tip?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to try that.
I wouldn't. Can you take? You said it's a fountain pen. Is it the kind where you can take out the nib?
So, how far did you get on your board, Carol?
I got it all done. It's all fucking done.
Oh, it's all done. Well, you did what you put up. I love her happy dances. I miss having the energy for happy dances.
No, I don't think you can.
Okay.
But I was like rubbing it. I was stroking my fountain pen, and it started.
You're like losing it because you keep saying.
Oh man.
Yeah, but the ink.
Carol was worried about them hearing us curse when we came on.
Little did you know that we have innuendos.
Yeah, we do. Talking about stroking.
Hey, you know what? If you don't know what
he is an erotica writer, after all.
I was gonna say, if you don't know what I write, then you are in for a treat. No, but so I started like after you said clean it with it, I wanted to say massaging. I was massaging the tip of my fountain pen. And the ink started coming out. So maybe I do.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Skye said she actually wrote a 3,000 word scene that she already knows she's going to be cutting out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That has to hurt. That has to hurt. That would hurt my soul.
When I was doing my first pass on my second book, I was reading this one scene. It's like 4,000 words, and I was just like, it has to go. So I just took the whole thing and I put it in the grader.
I'm a writer. I have a feeling that's why I'm an underwriter, because I'd be like, I cannot. You know how long it took me to get these 4,000 words. I can't just cut them. So then I go in the opposite direction and I just don't write enough. And then I just let my beta readers tell me where I need to fluff things up a little bit.
Yeah, because there's nothing better than fluff.
Cut and run, but one of my clients
okay.
my line on the other side.
I wanted to wrap it up by 1 o'clock. So
okay.
Now, so we can actually start wrapping up if you want to go first, Amy.
Sure. I am Amy Nobody. I have no social media, as has been discussed several times. I'm gonna break down into it soon. I am a certified SEO consultant, and I'm working on my first rough draft of my first fiction book, which I'm pretty confident I will finish by the end of April. I finished another scene today, so I'm feeling good about it. Awesome. And that's why I will be joining as many of these sprints as you ladies have in the next couple of weeks, at least until the end of April. I plan on doing this every day. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm hoping I get over this, whatever it is, and I can jump in more write-ins, because I skipped quite a few the last 2 days because I was just like, I am just not feeling it. All I want to do is sleep.
Yeah.
So hopefully this goes away, and next week I can hop in on everyone's again.
Woo!
Yeah. Okay, wait, who's next? I gotta think alphabetical order. Carol. Who's next?
Hi, my name is Carol Brown. I am an author with 8 Little Pages Publishing, and I'm also a writer for Otherworld Comics. I don't know what sleep is. I'm hoping I'll figure it out by the end of April. I'm currently working on book 2 because book 1 is coming out on April 26th. Coming out on April 26th. It's coming out on April 26th. Ah!
We're gonna have to have a release party.
I know, I'm totally doing that. I don't know if anybody's interested. My writing wife wants to do a makeup video, and then she said that we were going to be drunk while we were doing it, and I can't edit that. I'm just going to have a live stream on Sunday. If anybody wants to come and watch me be drunk off my ass, you are more than welcome to.
All right.
In the group message, I will try to check that out.
Like, yeah, I will have my phone on me. I'm sure it'll notify me.
Yeah. But I think you'll like my writing. So anyway, that's me.
Okay, so question number one, are you going to be day drinking on Sunday? Is that how this is working?
Yeah, because at first she was like, we were going to do like this Korean makeup tutorial thing because she's so fixed on that. And then I was like, okay, so it's just going to take me a while to edit. And then she mentioned that booze was involved. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to edit a drunken video of me putting on makeup. So we're just going to go live and just look.
Hey, that'll be fun. And then so a book release party, are you going to do that live? Because that's what I did.
Yeah, so I'm actually I'm technically having two parties. So on the 26th, I am going to do like a little YouTube live stream thing, but on the 27th is the one that I have for friends and family who are in the area. So
right on.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, so I guess I will go next. So I'm Dana Gollin. I write fantasy, romance, adult fantasy romance. I need to put that adult in there because it's very 21 and older. If you're legally allowed to drink, you can legally read my book. No. So, yes, like Skye in the comments, she said wink, wink to her Patreon material. If you go over to my Patreon page, you will find deleted scenes, and they are very steamy, deleted scenes from my book that you can find on my website, danagollinwrites.com. So that's it, because I got nothing going on except I'm trying to like figure out my life for next month.
All right. Yeah. And,
I know. Look at her. Caro's all organized and everything, and I'm like,
she is so organized.
I'm like, I got day one.
I wish I could. I wish I could do that, but I can't. Her board. Just looking at her board intimidates me right now.
I can share I can share it because I have a Google Sheets template. I can share that with you guys if you want later.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
What is life?
I would definitely need a walkthrough. Like I said, just looking at it right now is a little intimidating.
Oh no, yeah, this is all Caro needs. I wouldn't even worry about it.
Okay.
So is that
Alina
like
just chimed in and said that she got her script done and recorded and edited video. I don't know if it was the same video or a different video. And she got 383 words total. That sounds like a lot to accomplish in one.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what kind of coffee she's drinking, but I need some of that.
I need to get whatever caffeine she's drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. Oh, and Skye says, what is life?
Yeah.
This is life. Why are you calling me?
Okay, well, I'm going to go. So,
yeah, I'm gonna wrap up.
I will see you all Monday.
Bye. See you on Monday. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
See you guys later. See some of you tonight.
I know. I got a lot to accomplish before we go see Miss Sarah.
Yeah, I know she has another write-in later. I'm gonna see if I can make it to that one. We'll see. I might be at Walmart. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, and I've got like a bottle of fun champagne stuff, and when my sister sees me go live, she's gonna ask me. I know she will. She'll be like, "Do you have your trash can nearby?"
Stephen and Alina. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And they're all saying they need to get going, and I need to wrap up anyway. So
bye.
My name is Nichole Wolf, and I hold the live streams every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will try and figure out all of the other time zones at another time because there's no way I'm figuring that out right now. I write paranormal romance, and I have 2 books on Amazon and another one up for pre-order. You can find all of those links on my website at NicholeWolf.com. And I will hopefully see everyone at my next live stream next Friday. And probably I'll see all you girls on Monday.
Oh yeah, the pressure's on. I need to get this stuff figured out.
I feel like everyone has like so much to do in April. Thank God it's Camp Nano.
Oh yeah. Well, and then I decided to like string myself up because I also wanted to do, I'm going to do like live or not live. I'm going to do like daily vlogging.
Oh, okay.
For Camp Nano. Yeah. So I'll put up every day. I'll put up what I did during the day. It'll be fun. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome fun. And by the end of April, I'm going to never want to be on YouTube again. I just know it.
Yeah, probably. I feel like I'm so tired of videoing anything.
Hey, we're still, it says we're still live.
Oh, yeah. So because I need to sign off and say actually like bye.
Okay. I didn't know if you knew or not.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm still learning. This is only like my second or third or something. So it's okay, guys. I will see everyone next Friday at 11 a.m.
Awesome. 11.
Bye.
Okay. I know. I need to figure out